Today, our topic is Break Barriers, Embrace Success with Coaching. Tina Van Wald will provide examples and scenarios that may relate to a similar situation you are in, and uncover an area where a coach may be beneficial for you. Tina will also talk through what an engagement might look like in connecting with Tina at Discover You Coaching. You are listening to the Legacy Leaders Podcast with Cassie Munger and Rachel Bork, powered by Ascent Advisors. Our discussions will focus on all things related to ag business planning, transition and succession planning, estate planning, and everything in between. Planning for change is inevitable, and keeping focus on the priorities and objectives of everyone within the family and business should always be top of mind. Tune in as we hear from special guests, peers, and industry experts to discuss topics we can all relate to. Welcome back, listeners. We have Tina Van Wald here with our last session. That'll kind of wrap up our series with Tina. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about, what success might look like with coaching and maybe why you may be interested in coaching. For me, I don't think I even knew where I needed that nudge or where some of those barriers were. It was more or less me trying to just explore how I can, propel my life and my career forward. And so with engaging with Tina, she, kind of helped position it to kind of have me help identify where some of those barriers were that I needed a nudge. And so Tina's going to talk a little bit about those areas so you can maybe consider yourself and where you may fall.
Okay. So some of those areas where it may fall, we've kind of talked about some of those areas through the past podcasts that we've done, but here are some particular things. If you're looking for accountability, I love to be an accountability partner. I said it earlier, but it's kind of lay to the smack.
And that's a great point.
I have a nickname. It's T-Smack, so I don't want to freak anybody out.
But you think about, if you have a personal trainer, a lot of times you get a personal trainer because you need someone to hold you accountable. You're probably not going to get up in the morning and go to the gym unless you're going to let your trainer down if you don't show up, right? I'm guilty of that.
Me too.
So that's something Tina did for me, is she held me accountable for this. Even between the sessions, I was like, all right, I got to really work on this because she's going to, I'm going to have to report back to her. I have to actually answer to Tina when we talk to her next, and she's going to say, how are things going? So yes. Great point. Accountability is the big one.
Yep. Accountability is good. How about goal attainment? You're looking, you see a goal out there and you're not sure how to navigate to it. That's something that we can work together with to figure out where you can go. Conflict and stress management. This is done through developing strategies to manage your stress, to prevent burnout, setting boundaries with yourself, and enhancing self-care. Oftentimes we're moving so fast, we don't even see where we might be stuck or why we might not be taking care of ourselves the way we should be, and
it's probably us that we're neglecting.
Yes.
Because we're maybe really focused in our careers, or we're really focused on being the best mom or the best spouse or wife or husband. And then we forget about ourselves, and then we're realizing why we're so tired and why we're feeling burnt out. And that's exactly why.
And it truly is. Another piece is the whole life work balance. We talk about stress management and all of that, but sometimes it's just balancing things when we need to balance them, figuring out what's out of balance. Another one may be improving your leadership. Maybe you need some leadership development. You're struggling in certain areas with your leadership, and you just want to bounce stuff off of someone. That would be a perfect opportunity. Working alongside family. I mentioned that in a few podcasts previous, but my husband and I have been working together, and really up until just March here. And it's been a struggle actually to not be together 24/7. So it is a challenge, and it's not the same as working with other people, because family is family and family's family first. So how do you navigate that? So that's something I'm very passionate about.
Well, and a lot of our clients that we work with, they're family businesses, they're family operations. And sometimes that's the conflict or things we get into when, we do have, some contentious conversations or arguments that happen because of different things within the business. So just being able to talk to someone and say, hey, how can we navigate this a little bit better, whether it's more professional or in a manner that, is more respectful for
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
another. Because I think that's where we just need a little bit more guidance.
Yeah, and you can learn to separate them, sort of. I mean, I say that you can. We weren't very we weren't very good at it, but it truly is. You can be family and work together, but you have to work at it. It takes work.
Yeah,
Everything takes
absolutely.
work. Another piece is increased employee engagement. Maybe you want to be leading better. You want your employees to be engaging with you a little bit more, creating a team culture that is fun and engaging and all of those things, good productivity, more job satisfaction for your employees. That may be a piece. Building your confidence in yourself or your job. Sometimes we don't have the confidence that we feel like we need. So that would be another, maybe something to be coached for. Building habits in your life. We kind of talked about, health habits, life habits, business habits, all of that can be done. Or maybe it's as simple as making a major life decision. It could be changing your job, retiring. This was a huge decision that we've just walked through. Or maybe it's moving to a different location. Whatever it may be, those are just some maybe categories or topics that may have hit you in a place that makes sense. So how do you actually engage with me? Or what does the engagement process look like? We do 1-hour sessions. You can contact me through my website, which it will be linked, discoverumn.com. And I'll offer a free 30-minute phone call because it's important for you to get along with your coach, to have a connection with your coach. So 30 minutes we'll spend talking about some different things to see if we connect. And then following that, it would be 1-hour sessions. We can meet via Teams, in person, or by phone. My preference would either be Teams or in person because I love to see your face. I love to see body language. All of that helps in interpretation, which you all probably know that. But the number of times that we would meet we'd probably start with twice a month. And then as you're feeling more confident or whatever, getting closer to the goal, we would go to once a month. And again, it would depend. You would determine all of that, how often and how long you wanted your sessions to continue through.
Yeah, and even us working together. I mean, I think I started, once every couple weeks because there were some things that I just really wanted to work through. And, Tina had her assignments and sort of those things I needed to work towards. But once I started, feeling more comfortable in my skin and just, being able to resolve some of those things, I was able to say, hey, let's meet in a month or let's meet in 2 months and talk about how things are going. And by that time, there might be something else that I need a little coaching for. Yeah. So yeah, it's been great to have that flexibility in just making it really, truly our engagement with her and deciding what that looks like.
And that's a great way to kind of wrap it up. All of these sessions is that coaching is really helping you figure out what you need to do and how you need to function and to find success and to build confidence. And it's helping you get past that unstuck place. So a lot of it's directed by you.
And we've all been there. We're all there in some way or form. It's just recognizing it. And I think that can be the hardest part is just acknowledging, hey, there's just something that I can't do myself.
Right.
And that's okay. We're all human and we all have 1,000 things going on and we're not all great at everything.
Right.
We need to bring in people like Tina and others that can really walk with us through life and really find our true potential.
Yes.
So it's been great. I'm excited to work with Tina here in the future. If you do want to engage with her, we'll make sure we have her contact information to reach out and look forward to this new journey and more to come.
Great. Thanks again for letting me be a part.
You're welcome. We're happy to have you. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.